Hey. So I wanted to make these live because I was making them anyways, and I figured I'd show you something easy to do with your kids right now. So I don't have kids, obviously you guys know that, but I am, so funny, even though I work from home and Brandon works from home and like we have forever, I don't know why, but I find myself going to the fridge more often right now than literally I ever have before, ever. Like opening the fridge, seeing what's in there. It's literally the same stuff in there as this morning and as yesterday because we bought groceries over the weekend for this week, and I just feel like the word quarantine makes me want to eat all of the snacks at once. So I wanted to show you guys a really easy snack that would be great and easy to make with your kids. That's also great for you and for your kids. So keep me entertained while I'm making these. I am going to make some birthday cake protein balls, and they're awesome. I use this little ice cream scooper. I don't know if you guys have one of these. I have a larger one also. If I can find it. I don't know where it is. So I have this one too that I use for like cookies, but do you see how much smaller this one is? This one I think is like a tablespoon. So you could do one scoop this size, or you could end up doing 2 scoops this size. But I'm going to show you how easy this is. So it's 1, 2, 3, like literally 4 ingredients. So you could double this recipe. You could also just do this recipe. You could use any protein. Obviously I am a protein snob, so I use our Isagenix protein. If you're dairy free, you could use a dairy free protein. We have like a pea and rice protein mix. I have been doing dairy free, however I'm craving these birthday cake protein balls because they're awesome. So protein is up to you. If you need protein, I know where to go. But half a cup of oats. You could use gluten-free oats if you're gluten-free. Our protein is gluten-free. Like I said, we have a dairy-free option too. I am going to use our birthday cake isolene protein, and I'm going to do 2 scoops of this. Here's what's awesome about this is, and your kids will love it, is there's actually, let me see if I can grab one. I don't know if I can grab one without you guys being able to see it. But there are healthy sprinkles in here. So they're made from vegetables. They're all different colors, just like the fetti sprinkles. So I have oats. I have half a cup of oats, 2 scoops of protein. I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup of honey without making a mess everywhere or trying to make a mess everywhere. We got honey, I might actually do a little bit less. We got this honey this weekend when we went on a razor ride to Rock Springs, so this is Arizona honey. Supposedly, they say, if you have honey where you live, you'll have less allergies. I don't know if I believe that. Have you guys ever heard that? Hey, Michelle. So Brandon has the worst allergies right now, and I don't know where you guys are tuning in from, but Arizona is already spring. Like our trees are already getting yellow on them. Our side yard, we live next to an empty lot, and there is yellow flowers popping up everywhere, which is super beautiful. But if you have allergies, it's not the best. So I did a little bit less than a half a cup, just to save on some sugar. And then you're gonna, or sorry, 1/4 cup of honey. And then I do about a half a cup of peanut butter. You can use almond butter if your kids have allergies. I love the Justin's almond butter. The vanilla one is really good in this recipe. So half a cup of peanut butter. And your kids would probably love this because they can get their hands dirty. They could scoop and roll these protein balls. I'm also making some not so healthy jalapeno poppers. So I have everything in a bowl, and then all I'm going to do is just mix this together the best I possibly can. The peanut butter and the honey is going to be like the binder for the protein and the oats. And then I just store these in the fridge in a like sealed container, so like a Tupperware style container. They last, I don't even know how long they would be good for, because honestly they don't last very long in our house. Brandon will usually open the fridge and grab a couple. So I like to make them small, that way I don't feel like I'm having a lot, but I feel like I'm having a good snack. I'm just gonna get in there with my hands. Yeah, allergies are crazy in Arizona. If you live here, start doing what you can for allergies. So we do local honey. Brandon will put some in his coffee. I'll put some in my coffee, or I'll have tea in the afternoon and use some local honey just to get it in our bodies. I don't know if it's an old wives' tale or if it actually works, but let's see. Hey, Lydia. Hey, Brandy. Oh, I never heard of bee pollen. I mean, isn't that the same? I guess it's not the same as honey. We got two different kinds. This one is a little bit, I don't know what the difference in flavor is, but you can see the difference. Super good. I've been doing like a chai tea with it. So good. Okay, so look, I literally have the birthday cake protein powder, the oats, the peanut butter, and the honey literally in here. So I'm just gonna take my little scooper. You can use a spoon or anything. I just scoop a flat scoop and then roll it into a ball. Need a container. So I'm just gonna put them in a little bowl. And that is my protein ball. So these will last us, like I said, probably until tomorrow, but they are not bad. Depending on how big you make them, you can get about 20 small protein balls, and they're anywhere from like 60 to 100 calories, but you're getting like 2 to 3 grams of protein per little ball. So these are good for kids, little snacks. Like 1 or 2 of these with some cuties, those little oranges would be really good, and would be fun for them to make. It kind of feels like that Play-Doh that you can make at home with flour and water. So I will say, I do feel a little bad for all of you parents who you have kids that are out for 2 weeks. Some of my friends in Washington have kids out until May, maybe longer. So these would be a fun school project if you're having to homeschool. We don't have kids, but I am a little sad that I can't like be super creative, but I'm also super, super grateful and blessed. My day is literally not changed. Like, the biggest thing Corona's done is just prevented me from going out as much as we used to. So, what are you guys doing today? Everyone's really quiet. Okay, Allison, where would I get something like bee pollen? Or Brandy, you're the one that recommended it. Where would I get that in Arizona? Sprouts? Whole Foods? Oh, and if you don't have these, you can find them on Amazon. They are a lifesaver. If you guys make a lot of cookies at home, we do the cheater cookies, the ones that you buy at the store that are already made, cut up. You just cut them up, put them in the oven. But these are amazing if you do cookies a lot, because then all of your cookies bake super evenly. They're all the same size. Your kids won't complain that one cookie is bigger than another cookie. Let's see. Okay, that's a good question. So my favorite flavor of shake to make with these. So I do love the birthday cake. You can literally use this recipe. So it's 2 scoops of protein, half a cup of oats, about a half a cup of peanut butter, and I did a little bit less than a 1/4 cup of honey. You can use it with any, like interchangeably with any flavor. What I would do is, like, I will use sometimes 1 scoop of chocolate protein, 1 scoop of vanilla protein, and then instead of the sprinkles that come in the birthday cake shake, I'll do like the little tiny mini chocolate chips. Or it's super good if you do chocolate protein. You could add some Nutella and some peanut butter. So like quarter of a cup of Nutella, quarter of a cup of peanut butter. And then you could add in some coconut. You could also add in some mini chocolate chips. You could add in, my favorite thing, so good, is they have these little Heath bar chips. And they're not like a chocolate chip. They don't really melt, but it's like the inside of a Heath bar all cut up. So it kind of resembles like a toffee. Those would be really good in here to add like a little bit of crunch. Obviously, if you add those, or if you add chocolate chips, you're adding a little bit more sugar and not natural sugar, which it is what it is. But if you're stuck at home with your kids for days on end, I don't know if you want them to be like running around on a sugar high. I do love the dairy-free strawberry with the honey, the peanut butter, and some coconut. It kind of reminds me of a peanut butter and jelly. And then the coconut gives it like a little bit of a crunch. So that's super good too. Oh, interesting. The health food store for the bee pollen. Interesting. But yeah, you can make these with, like I said, whey protein, plant-based protein. They'll still be really good. Obviously, so if you guys have never had protein, plant-based protein is a little bit different texture because you have pea and rice in ours instead of like a whey protein. So it's less creamy, but it still tastes really good in the protein balls. I actually make donuts with our protein powder. You can make cupcakes, you can make pancakes. So it's an easy way to get in some good nutrition while you guys are in quarantine. So it's kind of like a sneaky way to make sure that your kids are still getting what they need, especially if you don't have a lot of like fruits and vegetables right now, because that stuff goes bad really quick. I know when people were shopping, when I went to the grocery store on Friday, there was everything fresh. There was nothing except for potatoes, but everything fresh. Potatoes and onions were the only thing that was out. Thanks, Crystal. I actually did my hair today. Maybe I'll do a hair tutorial this week for all of you that are at home. You can practice. I do it with flat iron. But, so it doesn't make a huge mess as long as your kids keep everything in a bowl. But let's see how many it made. 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this made 18 protein balls. So if I grab 2 or 3 as a snack, with one of those like little cutie oranges, it's just a good, easy thing I can pop in my mouth, especially because if you guys have never worked from home, it will be interesting for you. A lot of times it's amazing, like all of the time, but as weird as it sounds, I sometimes forget to step away and eat. So having something that's easy and already pre-made allows me to like step away, grab something really fast, eat, and go back to what I was doing. So hope you guys have a good lunch. I'm gonna go enjoy some protein balls.